I was just going out for 5 or 10 minutes outside to go and get a Costa. Has made me feel happy and a lot better than I have done for a couple of days. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 3:25 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Saturday the 28th of May.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Where does Santa keep his money? In a snowbank.
Oh my God, where does Santa keep his money? In a snowbank. Well, we have to remember that one. Right, guys, so we're going to go all the way back to this morning where I went out, I took Max for a walk, and my mum rang me up, Jennifer. Now, my mum, elderly mother, who's 75, and she said that she hadn't been feeling well for a couple of days. Jennifer hadn't. Remember, it was me that fell over yesterday after inhaling that stench, the weed killer from the Rochester Riverside. I actually fell over and cut the back of my leg. Now, my mum said that she hadn't been well for 2 days. Jennifer hadn't. And that she had problems with her bowels. And you know mums do, they go into all their, you know, if you watch Bridget Jones's Diary, her mum rings up and starts talking about intimate things over the phone, and it's a television, it's a film. So my mum was going on about how hard her poo was. She had poo coming out like China. That's exactly how she described her bowel movement. It was coming out hard like China. And that she felt faint and dizzy herself. She said, it was up to me if I come up to see her tomorrow, which is Sunday, or Tuesday. She also told me that she'd seen Charlotte. Charlotte is a relative of mine. My sister Amanda, who's dead and has been since 2011, had 2 daughters, one called Charlotte and one called Louisa. Now, me and my mum don't see the blonde one, Louisa, and apparently she's had 5 children. Charlotte is always in contact with my mum, and my mum said that she saw Charlotte yesterday, right? So Charlotte is my dead sister's daughter, right? So I put the phone down, and as I usually do, I start to feel unwell myself and giddy. I got into the flat and I had trouble trying to focus and see things. I started to feel giddy. She also asked me how the cats were. And it's very, very hot in here, so the cats are just sat like beach whales in my bedroom. They're all flopped out on the bed like beach whales because they've got a load of fur on them. It's really, really hot. You've got to remember as well, I'm going through the menopause, so I'm a bit moody as well. I've got really bad mood swings at the moment, and I feel faint a lot of the time. So I put the phone down and came back into the flat. And then I took Max out around 1 o'clock, I believe. I took Max out early for a walk this afternoon. And it was fairly quiet. I took a lovely video of boats on the riverside. But I had been feeling very depressed, very down. I hadn't seen anybody. I hadn't really gone anywhere, and I started to get depressed again. So I took a video of the boat, went around the fields. There was a lad like my other son, curly hair, running around with his dog, having fun on the fields. But I've been feeling depressed, so I walked back. There's a nice bus parked in the street, which I took photos of, like a minibus, obviously some kind of tour bus. And I came back into the flat. And upstairs hadn't been noisy at all. They'd been fairly quiet, and it was really, really good. There wasn't much noise at all from them this morning. I hardly heard them. So I enjoyed that. Later on, I decided to go to Costa's because in this heat, it's not so much now, the sun's gone in, it's very, very hot earlier on, I thought I'd have an iced drink, a mango drink with ice cubes in it. But before I did that, I went into the Co-op, and the blonde-haired guy with the ponytail was smoking his vape pipe outside the Co-op, so I inhaled all the vape smoke. I'm going to write all this in my diary as well. Everything that's happened, everything that was said is going to go into my diary because I don't take Max out for about another 3 or 4 hours. So I've got time to write all this up in the diary so that I can go back on it. So I walked into the Co-op. I was feeling pretty damn shitty and miserable, to be honest. I'm okay now, but I was feeling pretty damn shitty and miserable. 2 days my mum said that she was going to call me in the afternoon and she didn't. Right? I'm her daughter. She doesn't want to see me. That's all she's got to say. So I went round with the basket and I just felt shitty. But I did manage to get some things. Right. Not a lot. So we've got some Walker's Crispy Roast Chicken Crisp. And we've got some cans of 7-Up. 6 of those. It's advertising Uber Eats on there. So we've got plenty of drinks if it gets hot tomorrow. Whether I go up and see my mum tomorrow, Sunday, remains to be seen. But I certainly wasn't at the seaside yesterday. I was indoors. So the sun, Saturday, May the 28th. Andy's 3 in a bed, but they all fell asleep. Bare-chested Andy Carroll passed out on a hotel bed with 2 blondes during his Walker's stag do. That's the newspaper today. I do like to keep up with the news. And of course, I wanted Her Majesty's souvenir, the Queen's souvenir. That's the Queen now, and that's the Queen when she was younger. 70 years of majesty in 81 fascinating pictures. There's the Queen with her horses. So I do like my Jubilee souvenir here. So I'm glad I went out to the Co-op and got it. There's the Queen with Prince Philip. That's lovely, isn't it? A nice collectible for the future generation to keep. Because I don't think, not in the near future, we're going to have a king or queen that reigns as long as Queen Elizabeth II. Jaffa cakes. Haribo Star Mix. And Nescafe 2-in-1 coffee. Before I went out, I cooked myself a Cornish pasty and some steamed vegetables with broccoli, rice and sweet corn in it. And so I cooked myself my lunch, and then I went out to Costa's, and the usual. The 2 female assistants are giggling and laughing while you're trying to drink. Various customers coming in and out, and the table where I sat had crumbs all over the floor and dirty serviettes. When I went into the Co-op yesterday evening, a man came in and tied his dog inside the door, a curly white dog, and he tied his dog up. He had a hat on like mine, he tied his dog, and then he came in and he got served. So, can I take Max in the shop, can I? Can I take my Chihuahua into the co-op? Would it be okay if I put my dog under my arm and started doing the shopping and take him? Do you know, if one person can bring their dog in, everybody else can. You know, guys, when you get caught short on the fields, the co-op lets dogs in there. So when you get caught short on the fields and you think you'd like a drink or you're missing something, why not just take your dog in there as well? Just everybody else is. Somebody had a dog in the pound shop when I went in there. Oh, and the lovely cars that were going to buy Costas when I was in there, like American trucks going by the window. It was really nice and fascinating. So, you know, my mum phoned me, my phone went off when I was in Costas, and I obviously didn't answer it because I was in a coffee shop trying to enjoy my coffee. There's one thing that upsets me, and that is some people don't think before they speak, and they say things, and maybe they're not meant to hurt, but they do. So, you know, and especially when they do it in front of people. Oh, look! Look! You've got a great big hair on your jumper! And everybody looks round and looks at you at that big hair on your jumper, you know. I'm going through the menopause. I'm very, very temperamental. I'm not an aggressive, nasty person. But if someone stamps on my foot, someone takes the mickey out of me, it's not going to make me a happy bunny. And I don't need several people to throw me out of Costas or the co-op, because I am a nice person. But if someone has to take the mickey out of me to get me going, or stamp on me, or insult me, then that is not fair. Trying to make out I'm aggressive and that because I'm trying to expose the truth. I'm telling a few home truths, and a certain somebody is trying to make out that I'm violent, I'm aggressive, I'm this and I'm that. I'm trying to save the children. I'm trying to save people from themselves. I don't want aggression, I don't want anger, and I certainly don't want to be attacked myself. And if you feel it's funny to take the piss out of me and have your 5 minutes worth of fucking laughing your head off at some poor woman that's gone through loads, then I think you're a very, very sad person, or persons that are doing it. Right? I don't care. The word rich was mentioned in the co-op. Rich, which is short for Richard. I know where the bullying is coming from. Right? Come and talk to me about it. Don't get other people to do your dirty work, bully. Sad, pathetic creature that you are. I'm expecting it to get noisy upstairs. Yeah? And there are fine ones to talk about my looks and the way I dress. You know? And don't read my diary, my dear. You shouldn't be down in my flat reading my diary, and then you wouldn't see nasty things about you, would you? You remember Bridget Jones's diary? One of her future boyfriends read her diary and she said something nasty about him. We all express ourselves. A diary is a form of getting your anger and expression out. Nobody should be in my flat reading my diary. It's personal. And if you don't like what's put about you, you shouldn't have read it in the first place, should you?